Alright, gonna do a video discussing two items, reloading and ammunition. Like I said, I'm doing my updates and kind of reassessing it. I did an assessment of how the bad economy is affecting like gun prices, be it milsurp or brand new stuff coming out on the market. Well, this one we're going to look at reloading and ammunition. But before we get into it, if you would please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, and if you could, become a member. Alright, really not a lot to say because in the past 6 months, nothing has really changed in either category. We'll go with reloading first. I did work on a couple projects doing some 5.56. And I found that in reality, unless you buy like projectiles in lots of 3,000 to 5,000 each and that, you cannot beat the price of just buying the stuff off the shelf, depending on how much you shoot. You know, I'm not saving any money reloading my cartridges, even though I have a ton of empty brass and everything for the 5.56. 9mm, forget about it. Okay. The problem there is not only is it difficult to find some components, the price on the components is up. We all know gunpowder, 8-pound keg on average, you know, even a couple years ago, it was, you know, 160 units, 180 units for an 8-pound keg. It went up to about, to get it shipped, 300 units, and that was the last time I bought, like, for a project, a bunch of powder in bulk. Now, that's 500 units for an 8-pound keg. I forget what I spent. I just bought 6 pounds of powder just to do my experimenting, and I broke it down in a video somewhere, but yeah. Okay, so reloading, unless you have on hand a good vast amount of components, be it brass, projectiles, or something that you bought, which I do have some stuff lying around, not in huge quantities. I kind of sold a lot of it a while back, but just a bunch of components you already had a low price on. That's about the only way you're going to make out, unless you have a specific pet load or something you really like and know will work, and you can find the components, and that is what you want, and you're getting match grade out of it. Really, reloading, I'd stay away from it. You know, I'd conserve more, and you know, like the 5.56, it may be better off for me just to go out, test these guns, accumulate the brass, take the brass to a salvage yard, get some money from the salvage of the brass, and use that to purchase off-the-shelf ammo. Now, going to off-the-shelf ammo, as we all know, and nothing's really changed. The reality of it is, with inflation and, you know, every year the price is going to go up. With the economy sucking the way it is, the price of all the raw materials, be it copper, whatever, a lot of the things used to make a gunpowder and primers, okay, the cost has increased. And, you know, the calibers also, it kind of depends on the caliber. 9mm, I just looked up 12-gauge shotgun shells. You can get some Winchester military grade for like 70 some odd cents a round. How many do you have to buy? Well, you can get 50 of them, 100 of them, 73 cents a piece. You know, it's a couple boxes. That's what we were issued in the military, the Winchester green 2 3/4. it's probably the best general purpose, highest quality all around ammo you can get unless you get into specialty stuff. There's a lot of these weird foreign shells. I'm not quite sure where they're made. Some I found were made in Greece or somewhere else or something. And you can get them at a very reasonable rate, but the performance of them and how they'll work, I don't know. I've used some of these off-brands when I tested all the budget shotguns, and they come out alright. But, yeah, right now, if you're looking to stock up on defensive shotgun shells, now's a good time. The price is down on them. Because during the crisis, they're like a buck and a half, around. So I gotta watch it too because I don't need YouTube yanking this. And 5.56 is still 55 grainers are hovering in the 40s, for factory made ammo. You can still find there's a lot of deals on remanufactured ammo. But bear in mind, a lot of people have had some strange problems, and you got to be careful. Also, some of this foreign ammo, there was a lot of incidents where in the 7.62 NATO, one guy had a damn M1A1 blow up on him, and a couple of those super expensive they look like Russian sniper rifles, kind of work on an AK-47 system in 308. There's 2 or 3 guys that had them blow up. And you're seeing a lot more of these accidents, even with factory ammo. And what it is, I believe the ammunition, the cases weren't done right, and the base of the cases were separating. And when that happens, the strongest part of any case, be it a handgun case and that, is the bottom part, the half. That's supposed to be able to handle the pressure of the cartridge. If that thing splits, and I think a lot of these guns that blew up, they split all the way around, which is bad brass. Okay, it's not an overloaded cartridge, it's just crappy brass. Watch out for that. And a lot of these foreign countries, or you get some off-the-wall brand, is coming from some place I never heard of. Okay, so beware there. Watch that. Sorry about that. Let me get on track. So yeah, you're finding 223 5.56 to 55 grain bullets are under half a unit, 0.47 whatever, and you may find sales where they drop down even more. Like I said, avoid the remanufactured stuff, and all brands are out there. Okay, and I've reviewed several of them. You've seen me use them. When you get into the 62 grain or Lake City produced by Winchester, that's bumping it up into the 0.75 category, around in there. And the days of when you could get 1,000 rounds of green tip overrun from Lake City for 375 units are gone. That's upwards close to 600 units now, with shipping or whatever, sales tax. A lot of these places, even if they give you free shipping, you're paying sales tax on half a K, So those cartridges are somewhat still affordable. 9mm, I'd recommend this this stuff here, steel case, zinc plated. I've went through cases and cases of this without a hitch. My friends, I got some from my friends. Nobody's complained. And this stuff goes on sale all the time. It's reasonable. It's still about, 220 something, 230 for a K of cartridges. So probably stocking up would be good. Now when it comes to centerfire rifle, 7.62 NATO. You can get it for under $1, but you got to buy 400, 200, 400, 500 rounds. So, you're still choking up half a case sometimes to get that. Any other type of centerfire, like I was looking for some 6.8 Remington Special Purpose, it's all over $1. Okay, a quarter, 15 a quarter, whatever, so it's quite expensive. And a lot of your, other centerfire ammo is also there. And especially in the military calibers like the 8mm, 303, British, and I'll go into surplus here in a minute. But yeah, a lot of the military calibers are going to be well over 1 unit, okay. But see, then again, reloading them, the amount of powder you put in there, and the cost of a decent projectile. Even if you can find Full Metal Jacket PPU bullets, which to me was the most reasonably priced thing to reload these military calibers in an FMJ bullet, because I'm not hunting, I don't need the added expense, but PPU's FMJ bullets cost just about as much, if not just a couple pennies less, than a sporting bullet, which were always, a little bit higher. So they got you there. You are finding, when I did a search, find surplus ammo in both 8mm and I think some 303 came in, and I've seen several different calibers, but all this stuff was produced in World War II, which is 85 years old, and God only knows where it's been stored, okay, under what conditions, where it came from, and the breakdown of the powder. That's why the military gets rid of all its ordnance, be it small arms or explosives, after 20 years. After 20 years, the compounds chemically break down. Some worse than others, and I know people shoot it. You can find it dirt cheap. I was surprised what I found under, these surplus things. But I doubt the ammunition is very good at the price that they're selling it. And then it kind of goes up a level. You can still find stuff coming out of Yugoslavia that's not that old, in some military rifle calibers. 7.62 by 39. The days of where you got 1,000 rounds of Wolf steel case for, 125 units, okay, is gone. To get 1,000 rounds of steel case ammo, you're looking at half a K, alright? And like I said, then you got to throw in the sales tax, so you're pushing close to 600 units for a case of ammo. My advice is, look at what you have, and what your needs are. I wouldn't put off buying it, because then if something does go awry in the system, you're going to be stuck and paying some ungodly amount of money for ammo when you need it because of, say, conditions, societal conditions. So it's best either to get a group of friends together, say you guys need a case of ammo. Well, divide it up. And if it's like half a K, just get 5 people to pitch in a C-note and divide up the ammo. Or 2 guys, or 3, because I've done that. I bought cases of ammo and divided it up between a few of my friends. That's the best way to get the best price and kind of come out ahead. I don't think ammunition is going to go any lower as the economy gets screwed up and they're already declaring copper and stuff as strategic metals and controlling it, so the price is going up on them, you know. So now would be the time not to sit on the fence. Get enough ammo where you feel comfortable, or at least something, you know, other than having like half a box of 9mm for your handgun. You know, get a couple boxes. The big box retail stores, like around here, I've been to them, and probably Academy Sports will have a sale every now and again, which is kind of hard to beat, especially if you're only going to grab like 2 or 3 boxes of pistol shells or something. Academy Sports is one. Sportsman's Warehouse, I went in there and I was desperate. I showed you guys for that 5.7 pistol ammo. You know, it was 45 units there, and I went and ordered it and got it for about 28 units, but I had to buy a couple hundred rounds online, you know, so got to use your head. But there hasn't been any great changes. You know, at least they're not saying you can't get ammo because of the war, because they're using drones and missiles, so there is no excuse to say, well, the price has to go up, the shortages are there because all the ammunition is being sent to a war zone. At least that nonsense is stopped. But that's how it looks. You know, there's really not been a big decrease. Some of the stuff they're overstocked in, you know, and you guys know the calibers. You can still find some deals on, but in general, you know, things are pretty much costing more and not really cheap. Okay, you know, when you go to the range and it costs you a C-note in ammo, you know, kind of takes the fun out of everything. Alright, that's it. Stay tuned.